Inventory is actually our European point of sale. It started in Rome and was another acquisition of ours. It definitely targets the European traveler. Next is Agencia, which is our corporate business. So any of the corporate travelers, people coming to Vegas for conventions or business meetings would use our Agencia point of sale. Then Elong and AirAsia Go are two of our brands in Asia Pacific. Then our Expedia Local Expert, that is for your local activities and everything. How many of you guys have been on the strip outside Tropicana? We actually have a booth, like a concierge booth, that is powered by Expedia there, so we can help people in Vegas book activities for shows, dining, and then any of the other Grand Canyon tours, anything you want to do there. So next time you're out by Tropicana, just stop by, check it out. Next is our Expedia affiliate network. We do work with over 10,000 affiliates that source our inventory. So what does that mean? How many of you guys have booked a flight on Delta or Alaska Airlines? Or JetBlue? Awesome. So when you book that and it asks you if you want to book a hotel, that inventory is sourced from Expedia. So that's one of our affiliates. So we partner with them to provide rooms to sell to their guests as well. And then lastly, Trivago. Anybody heard of Trivago? Do you know? It's a meta search, which Josh touched on a little bit earlier. So our friend at Trivago is going to explain.
Have you ever looked for a hotel online? Did you notice that there's so many prices out there for the exact same room? Trivago does the work for you and instantly compares prices for over 600,000 hotels from over 100 different websites. So instead of searching for hours and spending too much, Trivago makes it easy to find the ideal hotel for the best price. Just go to Trivago.com, type in where you want to go, and with 2 clicks, select your check-in, your check-out dates, and search. It's that simple. Trivago searches hundreds of websites at the same time and shows you the most popular hotels. You can adjust the price so that it fits in with your budget, select the number of stars, or filter by average guest rating from over 34 million reviews. Remember, Trivago shows you all the different prices for the exact same room. That's how you can be sure that you find the ideal hotel for the best price with Trivago.com. Hotel? Trivago.
Technical difficulties. They just want you to keep watching. That's how we use YouTube to inspire you to book your travel. So this is our brand, our family of brands. We definitely work very hard to promote all of them, and when a hotel or somebody works with us, they get exposure on all these different brands. So it's a lot. We are very, very global, and the whole point of that is to capture business globally. So we do work in more than 100, we have more than 150 travel websites in over 70 countries, which is amazing because by having all those different brands and different websites, everything is localized for people in different countries. So if you're in Japan, you're looking at the Japanese point of sale. You're seeing it in your local language and your local currency, which is making it easier for you to book your travel. So very exciting.
So as Natalie mentioned, we have tons of brands in so many countries and all different points of sales. So there's also so many different ways to distribute the rooms. Has anybody booked travel recently in the last few months, in the last few weeks? You did? Either one. How have you done it, or where did you start your search from?
I booked a room on the Queen Mary in the car on like a Long Beach.
Okay, so you used an app, or you just go to like the mobile website? Nice. Okay, which app, if you don't mind me asking? Okay, nice. And yourself?
I just use Travelocity.
Okay, and you just went to the traditional desktop?
Mm-hmm.
Someone called, you said you just like calling and someone and getting someone on the phone and talking to them. So we understand that there's 1,000 ways that you can make a reservation, and we try to make sure that we can accommodate all of those. Hotels.com has a very, our call center is located in Springfield, Missouri, and one of the market managers for Vegas is actually taking one of our hotel partners there now to just understand like how the inner working goes, and what I mentioned earlier. Sorry to tie it in. Front office, like operation, this is a very operation-heavy system of hotels. So the call center is part of our business. So one of our partners saw the value in going to our call center to understand how it's worked. just to make sure for a smooth customer service experience. So at the end of the day, that's the name of the game. So that's just one way, online, the traditional desktop. You'll see through the rest of this slide, and just over the next few years, that is completely changing to more tablet and mobile heavy distribution of rooms. So we also have what we consider the different channels. A retail site is Expedia, it's hotels.com. You just see a rate and you book it. It's the normal rate, the normal published rate out there. But we also have package rates. Someone said they booked a package earlier, or mentioned it.
Well, I didn't book it, but.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you were looking.
Yeah.
So how that works is, a package is something, what we consider in Expedia world, it would be hotel and car and air, or it could be a free breakfast at a hotel, or it could be show tickets. And that's what we consider a package. From a consumer standpoint, there's usually a savings based on a package. So the hotel is going to offer a savings, the airline is going to offer a savings, Expedia is going to offer a savings. So when you bundle it all together, you're going to get a better deal rather than booking each individually. The opaque strategy. You mentioned that you knew opaque, right? So can you explain just your understanding a little bit?
Well, I usually never book anything, but this
Okay.
told me from my mom, because she always finds all the deals.
Okay.
She just was saying, like, sometimes she'll get really good, like, 4-star hotel or something like that, but she won't necessarily know where it's at. She'll just know it's a good price for it.
Mhm.
And a lot of times she checks to look for California a lot of the time.
Oh, nice.
But I don't think she really uses it the other way around, like knowing what the room is, but not the price.
Okay. So that's exactly what it's used for. So there's 2 points. There's 2 ways to look at opaque. Hotwire's our opaque channel. We do consider package opaque, but I want to touch on more of the hotwire end. So we can look at it from a consumer standpoint, and we can also look at it from the standpoint of what we do as market management and work with the hotels. So when something's booked opaque, you'll say you go to hotwire.com, you type in your destination. So say you want to go to New York City. You want to stay in either downtown, Times Square, or Central Park. You pick the neighborhood that you want to stay. You pick the star rating that you're looking for, as you mentioned, the 4-star hotel. And then it shows, then you complete your purchase, and then you see the hotel. Why hotels do this? Because it's usually last minute distressed business that they're not going to move. We've all seen the Priceline commercials. They do a very good job at selling the opaque strategy also. So what we do is we'll negotiate lower rates with the hotels, and they don't want to also show that they're offering a lower rate just for their brand integrity. So what they'll do is we'll do that on the opaque channel. So when you just go to say hotwire.com, you're not going to see the hotel name directly there until the checkout. And then what we touched on, what Natalie mentioned earlier in regards to Agencia, we have corporate travel is huge for us. So we have our Agencia channel. When we travel as Expedia employees for work, 99% of the time we'll use Agencia. So it's just negotiated corporate rates that we work with the hotel. So from a standpoint of us as what we do with market management and work with hotels, it's for rate strategies overall. So there's so many different rate strategies. There's so many ways to distribute rooms. So we want to make sure that we're always working with the hotels and making sure that they can stay competitive in their respective markets. So one of the strategies that we work with a hotel is we call it the long booking window. So this is going to be your package or your international travel. If you're going overseas, you know you're going months ahead of time, right? So you know you have to get an airfare. You know you need a hotel, and you know you're most likely not going to cancel it. Not going to, nothing really happens for that to happen. So what we'll do is work with, say, the hotels in negotiating a lower discount, and with the airlines also, so they can do a bundle. And it also lowers, they have a much smaller cancellation rate. So hotels are okay with offering a little bit of a discount because they know that these are going to be guaranteed reservations. And it also helps them to start yielding closer into the check-in date. So they can sell these rooms at a little bit lower cost, and then going forward they can raise their rates. Hopefully everything goes well. We also have the medium booking window. So this is like the Agencia, this is like the 30-day booking window. So I came here, this was a little bit of a last minute trip, more or less, but so when I came here, I booked this about 3 weeks in advance. So I would consider that like a medium travel. So this is what the hotels try to play to in regards to the corporate rates. But all this always doesn't work out, so the hotels call. We need to do something, we need to fill rooms. So this is our opaque and our mobile strategy. When did you book your mobile room? when you were going somewhere?
It was a random trip, so about 3 a.m.
Yeah, so day of, right?
Yeah.
Day of is huge for us. Huge. A lot of the like drive market, you're driving somewhere.
Yeah.
So the drive markets will always see huge last minute demand. So hotels are willing to offer a little bit of a discount to get those consumers, especially since they know that that we're shifting towards mobile. And this is also when we'll jump in with our opening strategy.
And the idea here is to use each and every one of them to produce the highest amount of revenue for the hotel, right? That's what you guys are all learning is revenue management. Learning how to price the hotel in every single channel, every single day for all these booking windows and all these different channels exactly correctly so you don't leave money on the table. So the idea is we help consult with the hotels to tell them about what's going on in these different booking windows and these different areas. And we try and make sure that they get the best rate, the most amount of rooms at all times so that they can make the most amount of money. It's pretty easy, right? But it's a giant game because, there's a lot of things on here to balance, right? If you're one person looking at all these different things, you have a lot of things to think about. So when Nick was telling you you're pricing differently in each of these segments, you can imagine how complex one strategy can and should be.
Especially with all the competition that's in Vegas. There's thousands and thousands of rooms, and everyone's fighting for that one unique customer.
Does anybody know how many room nights are in Las Vegas? How many room nights? Like how many physical rooms are in Las Vegas? If everyone can guess, anybody guess?
69,000.
69,000, a little bit higher.
100.
A million.
Wow.
Well, more than that.
You were right on.
Ding, ding, ding. Give this guy a pen.
739 was the last.
129, that was my 140.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
150,000.
So, as Nick mentioned, mobile is a huge part of the online travel landscape at the moment, and it's just continuing to grow. So the graph behind me is actually, it's going to show you the media consumption. So television, commercials, online, radio and print.